Hi, welcome aboard. Don't mind the mess. Cleaning the floor is a really your thing. You can go head over to that department. And talk to Martha. Okay. So I thought about thinking about what Jesus said when he shut the Pharisees down. That's kind of weird. A bird just walked like entirely down the sidewalk, just the whole way. It's like maybe he's envious, right? He's he's looking at humans. He's a bird, but he's looking at humans and he's saying, "Boy, if I couldn't fly, I'd walk everywhere." It's like, yeah. It's so hot. So very hot here. And now the sun comes out. Did anybody get to see the aurora or anything like that? Give me a thumbs up if you did. I didn't. I looked, but no aurora for you. I think I'm going to go to my local library and talk to them about what do I need to, you know, quickly and expediently advise the world of our blunder. Oh, this is so messed up. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there have been other people that have discovered this, but then they just, I don't know, closed their closed their ears, their eyes, didn't tell anybody, and just like grounded out to the end of time. Their time, just unable to function because we're in a machine. And some people have the right idea. The whole vibes go with the flow thing. Well, really, you already do. It's just which way's your river going, right? Uh, I don't want to start sweating. I can't take a bath yet. Still got a couple more months. Could you live without water for your skin? I had to soak this thing. Oh, this was gonna rot off. Tell you what, that nurse was dead on, man. She was smart. All you got to do is, if you get like a hangnail, your finger gets infected on the side. Takes a. You got to sit there and soak it over and over and over and over, but it'll fix that. You know, it's like, how many times did I suffer through that and didn't even know? That should be something they teach in grammar school. You know, useful stuff. They used to, here, this is how you take a splinter out, right? So we could kind of be, little, maybe miniature doctors, but now you can't even call and get any kind of advice from anybody for anything because they'll, oh, she told me to do this and that didn't work, and then I figured, what the heck, I must have done it right, it's okay, and then, my eye fell out, and so now I'm going to sue him, right? It's like ridiculous. But it's perfect. It's exactly what we deserve. It's what we deserve in this world because we don't love each other. Oh, man. I've like not cut any hair in like, I don't know how long. This is like part of beard up here. Uh, the things you do for prophecy. Hey, if I play by the rules, do everything like it's supposed to, then it should work. Or somebody's a liar, and it ain't going to be me. It was hard at first to not have water. And then you get used to it. I don't know. It's like everything else. If you just doing the same thing over and over for a while, it seems natural, right? Yeah, that was pretty interesting. There was I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's a rabbi. He's some Bible scholar. And I guess one of the paradoxical problematic verses is in, oh, that was nasty. I just burped and I tasted some Thuringer. Thuringer. Really. It's like a summer sausage kind of meat. I've always seen it in the deli. And you know how people can say, give me a slice of that. Can I taste that? I told the lady, I said, there ain't no way in hell I'm going to spend $11 for any cold cut, right? I said, I just want to know, what the hell does it taste like? Is it really worth it? And she said, well, you better taste it because we're not going to carry it anymore after, after this month or this week or something, right? Or after they run out. And so I said, well, yeah, all right, I'll try it. So she gives me a slice, and the stuff was just like, I don't know, smoked summer sausage. It really wasn't anything. It wasn't anything exciting. If there was anything about it that made it different, it was loaded with fat. It had a lot of fat inside of it, and I'm gonna guess that that's why it's being discontinued, because fat is going away. You're like, what? Because they're getting rid of meat. They're getting rid of meat, seed oils, all kinds of these fats are being eliminated. What the hell are they going to replace them with, right? Wait till you find out that the best fat you should be eating is right here. People will be like, rah, rah, rah. I was at the grocery store and I don't know how old this girl is. She's probably maybe 20 something, maybe. But everybody looks like a kid once you get old. And I'm looking at the prices, right? And I'm going, holy shit, man, this is crazy. And I go, how long you think it's going to be before we start just eating each other? And then she's like, stocking the shelf or something. And she looks over and goes, well, hopefully not long. And I'm like, oh boy. uh, Gotta love it. But you can tell that I don't know how to explain it. She moves slow, right? She isn't like an aggressive type. And the fact that she moves, like her comments come slow. Uh, she's not like me with exciting, explosive reactions and giant eyebrows that you could hide a Volkswagen Beetle in. No. Um, she's very, I can't say collected. I'm not saying like she's all reserved and, I don't know, like blue blood or something, but she's real and she moves slow when she thinks. So it's kind of like she just seems like she would take her time to figure out the most non-confrontational best way to maybe answer your question or deal with you, right? That's kind of what I get, but it was just really funny to have her say that. It's like, uh, what a mess, man. I got to sell a house. I got all this shit to get rid of. And it's like, what's hanging over my head? Pray that your flight isn't in winter. What do you do? Estate sale. I'll have to go through the house and like just grab everything that I think is worth something that I want to keep, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Because if you went through my house and looked through everything that I have, you could retrace my footsteps all the way back to the Marine Corps, 1980 freaking 3. You'll have bits and pieces of my life that have followed me along through that whole thing. And some of the things I have are priceless. Not because they're worth anything. People tell you they're junk. But you know why they're priceless? Because they don't exist anymore. Good luck trying to find one. And what happens when you need that little part? That little something, you know? And that's what I am. I'm a pack rat engineer, techno wizard. And I know that everything has a purpose and a use. Like, for instance, so it would appear that an army ant is unable to handle 2,750 volts in a single sitting. Yeah, he's quite tired. If you're wondering why I'm always picking my ear, I caught the cocksuckers with their little microwave shit trying to jack me. When fluorescent tubes start glowing around you, you know something's going on. Oh, and I've got a long list of data and documents and shit everywhere. When this all comes unfolding, whew, I'm going to look like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to look like. It's not as if I planned my whole life to be like this. It's just everything just fell into place and in a weird way. I mean, fuck, for Christ's sake, the last eclipse marks a jail cell I was in when I was 14 years old for 3 days. In where? The home of Superman, the man who came with the clouds. There's too many damn coincidences in my life. It's impossible. My father's a carpenter and a fisherman, born in the city of light. I could go all through Jesus' life and just line it up to mine, and you could just go side by side connecting the thing. And it's weird. It's not right. It doesn't make any sense. The only thing I can figure is that time is just looping. It's like Solomon said, nothing new under the sun. It just goes around and around and around. And that means that if I knew enough about the way I know this book, I could look at you and probably find you in there. I know I could. Because the book of life is the scriptures. It's literally, it's a book that describes everything and anything that we do. Consider this. When we use the term about our God, and I'm being kind when I say that because Elohim and Yahweh Elohim ain't the same thing. But if we consider that our God is sovereign, okay, well then guess what? There's good happening and there's evil happening. Where do you draw the line? Where does his sovereignty end? And now he's in a battle. I'm going to tell you something. We are kicking our own asses, is what it basically boils down to. Kid in the milk and all of it. Oh my God. I can't believe this. You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait to be able to afford the kind of beer I deserve and the kind of wine I deserve and a nice steak but I'll need teeth because my teeth are all broken. Literally. Um, yeah. I had somebody look at one of my teeth and they're like, you know what they said? That doesn't hurt. And I'm like, me and pain are old friends, my buddy. Oh hell yeah! Can I introduce you? Boom! Are you mad at me? Yeah. Now let me hit you until you're not, and then you'll understand how I have to deal with pain. Or I'll raise my hand and be angry at my God because He's in charge. Whoa! Look out, huh? This part of the broadcast brought to you by Natty Daddy. Natty Daddy 8.0. Give you the go. But this is cheap and it was quite cold. Now, if I had my choice of a cold anything to drink, beer wise, right now, I just drank, what was that stuff? Oh, Utica Club. It was the first beer made after Prohibition. So when they shut down the alcohol, beer and all of that, if you've never seen the videos, it's comical. There's, cops going around breaking open people's bottles of beer. Okay, that's thanks, buddy. And the funny thing is I'm going to tell you about cops, or at least the ones that I've known. When I was 14 years old and living on the street, I had to sell weed. Okay, I still went to high school, and it wasn't like I was selling to little kids. I was a little kid. I was selling to kids that were older than me. Okay, and you know what? They put food in my mouth. They put money in my pocket. You want to know what happened one night? These cops caught me. I was getting ready to go to sleep because there was a tree that I could climb into. And the way the branches were, I could lay on the branches and I could sleep up in there. One time I actually woke up in the morning and the birds were all like everywhere. And that's probably why I went back there, because that was the coolest freaking thing ever in my life, ever experienced. Besides maybe having the dolphins trying to protect me when I had a big wound in my side. That's another story. But yeah, I'm going to, sleep in this tree. And the cops all of a sudden spotlight. Ah, shit. All right. What's going on? And they get my weed from me. And they tell me, sit here. So they have me sit on the back of the paddy wagon, right? And this is, son of a bitch. Oh my God. They never should have been there. Burbank didn't have any paddy wagons. That was a Chicago rig, and they were across the fucking border. They came across Cicero Avenue. Oh, wow. What? Not only did I get scammed by cops, but I got scammed by freaking illegal alien cops. We had our own people. Uh, God, 14 years old. And it takes home. I'm 60, 46 years to figure that shit out. Oh my God. You know why? You know why I never figured out? Because I was so pissed off about what happened. They made me sit on the back of the paddy wagon. And then I'm sitting back there, and I'm like, what the hell, man? What's the hell's taking so long, right? And then what happens? I decide, all right, I better see. Maybe, you know, maybe did they say sit here? It's like they're wanting me to leave, right? I'm not going to leave. They already saw me. They know what I look like. They'll find me again. And now I've run away. I go up to the front, look in the freaking window, and these little bastards are rolling up my weed. They're rolling joints. And I'm like, and I just remember when I saw it, I couldn't contain myself, right? I'm like, "Hey!" And the guy like looks, and they had crank windows. They didn't have electric windows back then. He cranks down the window and he looks at me and he goes, "You got two." And I knew what he meant. You better be out of here in 2 seconds. Go. And that was that. Yeah. But prohibition wise, Utica Club was the first beer that was made. And you know what's funny? That was in my neighborhood. There was actually a place called Club Utica. It was on West Utica, on the west side. And if you were on West Utica and you got high enough, you could go to East Utica and see if you could die without feeling anything. I remember when I got out of the Marines, I decided that I was only going to spend $20. That's how I am. I am a numbers guy. Um, if I'm married to you and you start giving me shit, I'll give you 10 years and then I'm done. If we're in business and I need to figure out how long I should wait until I decide if I'm going to keep you or not, 3.5 weeks. And then it's over with before the month is out. Okay? That last, half a week is like you're already fired. I'm just letting you. I'm watching to see. Now I'm just observing. It's like this guy's already out, man. I'll get you your last check, and I'll go find somebody that wants to work for me. It's really freaking simple. And it's not as if I don't treat people, or I don't believe that people are dispensable in that way. But there's all kinds of people for every purpose. Some people want to work. You don't want to work? Okay, go, I'd rather pay taxes so I can get enough money to keep these people on welfare and just satiated and go like, you know what? You don't have any drive in life. You don't want to do anything. You're okay with scraping on the bottom and just waking up every day and looking around, whatever it is you do, right? Fine. Guess what? I'm going to pay that. And that way I can separate the damn workforce. I can find out who wants to work and who doesn't. And then I can grab somebody that wants to instead of somebody that needs money that's going to just shit on me and then I wasted my time. Boy, do I hate wasting my time. And I wasted 5 fucking years of my life to try and grab some cocksuckers that have taken a book and destroyed the other side of our fucking planet in half for 2,000 goddamn years. And your solutions and your answers are fucking locked up in here, assholes. And you shit on me for this long, and you know what? I ain't gonna give it to you easy now. You're gonna work for it. The Lord has spoken. Jerusalem has now become a stumbling block. Everybody who tries to lift this cup that I got, you're gonna be hurting. I'm not quite that much of a dick. I can't do it. I'm really not. I mean, that's what you're going to deal with when your antichrist that you're expecting shows up. That's what you're going to get. Is somebody that can save and seize our problem, and because they got to get something out of it, they're going to be limited. You're going to see it because they won't have what it really takes. What I do, I don't do for me. It's like I know that when I die, I hope that I get to see my twin girls, okay? I got a set of girls that are waiting for me along with the rest of my family. And I had to bury my little girls on their birthday, okay? I ain't screwing up nothing here. Because if there's any chance at all that I can see them, I'm going to make sure that I have that chance. So I don't care what it is you look at and what you think you see when you see me. Beer and all of that. I'm sorry. You see a very intelligent man that has identified a problem with a book, and I'm going to tell you something. That book is God. Started a war on the other side of the planet, didn't it? Amazing. Maybe we should shut all the libraries down. Burn them. just in case, right? Wow. 2,000 years. When has God showed up to defend himself? And the nerve to call some people apologists? Oh, please. All apologists. Anybody who believes that it's okay to kill a man for your sins and your troubles, you're an apologist. Yeah. Jesus died to teach us a lesson that you shouldn't kill people because we brought a damn curse on ourselves. Oh, don't worry. He's coming. Fly out of the sky. What was the lady who started that, man? Ellen White? Is that it? That rings a bell. Who in the hell would, I mean, you should err on the side of trouble when a woman's involved. Just saying. Because a woman does weird things, man. She'll paint her eyes and screw a damn dog in order to make sure her family's taken care of. You want a trooper and a damn warrior, a woman that'll take care of her family. She'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And so will I. I'm going to be the worst bitch you ever met. It's funny because you picture a woman riding the beast. No. The harlot is somebody that just dabbles on both sides. They know both sides. And so it's kind of like fighting. I don't know. It's fighting somebody that's really dirty. A dirty fighter is the best I can say. And you can't win because you're fighting against God. Oh my God, if you could understand this book, all the wars in the world would stop. Because we would just go, oh my God, look it's us right there on page whatever. I don't know how it happened. You can say that it's the product of maybe like as a social science, right? Like if we do this, this will happen. If we don't, then that'll kind of thing. I don't know. There's nothing in here to indicate there was any kind of a group study done or anything like that. So this book, Great Sword that has taken peace from the earth, has a single source and even a, how do you say it? Uh, when you spread the idea of production of it, how was it created? How did it come to be? Dude, that's spread over like a long period of time, okay? You and I, we only live so long, but do you want to know what's ties that together? The spirit that is in me, the spirit that is in you, the spirit of life, which is attuned and twisted one of two ways to serve one of two fathers. Simple. And people don't realize that. Hi, yeah, prick. I have no idea who it was. You know what it actually looked like? He had a fabulous beard, and he looked like my friend Solomon, who died recently. It's funny, I was just talking about him. Somebody was asking about my beard, and I told him how you know, the last time I had my beard, it was all the way down to my belly, but it got trimmed and jacked up because I let somebody touch it. And that somebody was my friend Solomon. And this one, I haven't done nothing. I don't trim it. I don't pluck. It's just started, this is what God would do to your face, okay? If you just let everything grow, this is what God would do, okay? You're gonna wind up with like a couple little things over here because it's all coming down. This is like Jesus, ain't it? You're gonna wind up with these two little thingies here, and all just thick, and then madness under this crap garbage. Oh boy, I can't wait. Oh, if I didn't think it would tear my face off just for fun, I would just rip it out. But it's like I imagine if you could probably hang me by my face if the skin could take it, right? I mean, because this is like I can't do it because it hurts in too many different spots all at once. But it's like this thing, this thing is insane. It's like I grab, see all that hairs? See that? No big deal. There'll be plenty more. Oh yeah, here, see? Oh yeah. What do you need some? What do you want to start a fire? Maybe? Oh yeah. Elijah ain't got shit on me. Do you know how Elisha got the double blessing? He washed Elijah's hands. So your works, um, you know how it says Enoch was translated? Jesus was the Word made flesh. If you read the Tanya, which is a Jewish writing, right? That one talks about a man made of words of the Torah. Okay? So to be, words made flesh is to literally just say, if I use my flesh to make what that Torah says it should make, to follow God, that's the only thing that I have in order to tie myself to God by the works. Why? Because the Son always does what he sees his Father doing. So your works have to line up in that way. If they don't, wrong daddy. I just had a Matrix moment. Remember when Neo is ready to fight? And then you see the newspaper, you see the paper blow. You know what it means? The law is on the wind. You either control it or it just happens. You don't know where it's going. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's going to. Ambiguity. That is what it's like of those born of the Spirit, which means the Spirit really just works from left, right, doesn't matter. It's just working on you. You don't know where it's coming from. If you want to know what that Spirit is, read Isaiah 45:7. I form light, I create darkness. I make peace, I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. And it's like you're like, but he can't make evil. And it's like, no, you got it wrong. He can make anything he wants. The only thing that he will make is whatever you want. That's right, Pirates of the Caribbean. How would you like having a compass that only goes in the direction that you want? That's exactly what you get from God. You know when it says he gives you the desires of your heart? Okay? But you're also said, what? Don't tempt me. Well, if you ask for it, temptation's off the table. Toyota. You ask for it, you got it, Toyota. That's pretty old, ain't it? Did I just date myself? Oh shit, you have no idea how damn old I am. And I don't either. I really. I've had people that tell me that I'm older than they can possibly know. You know, these people that do this past life thing. What I ask for and what I'm trying to show isn't for me. Okay? I think that what I need to show you is the only thing that will free me from having to come back here over and over and over. I don't know how I know what I know. Well, I can only make assumptions on how I know what it is that I know, because it is the Spirit that reveals it. And with respect for that, I have to say that what I know is not because I've sought it, but because I've sought it, our God has decided to give it to me. And I hate it because it's either I'm sitting on the biggest damn thing in 2,000 years, right? It's like what I have embraced, lifted up like the Son of Man. And the Son of Man is not talking about Jesus, it's talking about you. The Son of Man has to be lifted up. And if the Son of Man is lifted up, then we are prepositioned on a time where we're going to understand 2,000 years of ass kicking that we didn't have to have. And we're going to be very, very sad. Extremely, very, very sad. But I don't want to. I'm tired of crying, okay? We're going to realize how bad and the things that we've done. There's a bird walking up my sidewalk. I'm going to try not to frighten. Oh, he saw me. He's running away. Eating bugs out of my lawn. I'm not going to hurt you, my friend. I know you've been conditioned to think, run. But I would rather have you land on my arm and eat seed right out of my hand. Just so I could feel like I got to touch God's creation. My heart's being hardened. And it's you, O Earth, that is doing it. Maybe that's the rapture, when the firstborn sons are removed. Because the ones that were left just drowned. Tired of this book. I wish I never touched it. I wish I was never born. I don't want to be this guy. And he's going to force me to be, no matter what I do. I can't change the past. It's like the woman at the well, where she realizes how in control our God really is. And she says, meet the man who told me everything I've ever done. And it's like, that's because the only thing that's ever done is in that book. And if you look at it the right way, you'll be able to find yourself. You'll find your position in it. But you have to start by realizing what your name is, okay? If you come in your own name, there's only two names you can come in. The one your parents gave you or whatever, or you come in the name of the Lord. The one that your parents gave you, fallen world, fallen creation, devil. Your father's the devil. And you have to be reborn. It's like we just see Jesus going, your father's the devil. If you were of Moses, then you would love me. And it's like, he could have just as easily been saying, no, 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 you don't get it. There's two spiritual fathers. And if your works determine who it is your father really is. So if you love me, I know that your father's God. Because you're loving me, and the sons always do what they see the father doing. But if you hate me, well, the sons always do what they see their father doing. So I know that your father is the devil because you hate me. It's simple. That's the kind of shit Jesus would have been throwing on them. We've turned into a fucking war. Oh my. Do you realize I was sucking dick at 8 years old for the Catholic Church? You want to know their names? I can give them to you. How about Joey B.L. Govich? Jimmy Lillis? Brian Martz? Kenny Kowalski? Greg Kowalski? Just blow on it. Fucking assholes. You know, I was ready to kill one of them bastards. I was. I had it all planned out. I knew where he worked. I knew how I was going to do it. And then suddenly it hit me that I had been protected from, I don't know how many years of that, 40 years at least. And I was going to succumb to anger and what? I'd be no better than him, right? Yeah. It's amazing when you put time on the table as far as, as a part of things. In a marriage, how much time do you want to waste? Yeah, your husband screwed around on you. Do you think he had a good time? He's trying to get back to you. Why? Because it really wasn't worth it. He thought that few minutes of whatever was going to be worth something, and then he realizes it's stupid. And you don't even realize how much you've been complimented because he got a virgin and then came back to the old dog. And what do we do instead? Get pissed off, start a war, no forgiveness, families destroyed, and who's the victims? The kids. Great job. Pass that sin on down to the generations. I'm just letting you guys know, I don't know how long I'm going to be on here because I got a hacker he's really miserable. He's touching too many things I don't like. I don't mind in some certain instances, but it's like I can identify might, maybe, kinda, sorta, undoubtedly, and then certainly, okay, and everything in between. And so there is going to come a point where I'm going to go like this. And you guys are going to have a hard time trying to find me because I ain't going to touch anything social media. I'm not going to go on Facebook, which I've already forsaken. I'm not even going to have a real phone. And I can't wait because these pieces of shit would cause all our problems. You know, you're talking to somebody on your phone, you're talking to your girlfriend, blah 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 blah, and then you're like in an argument or something, or you have some kind of a difficult time, and then all of a sudden the phone gets cut off, and it's like, wait a minute, what happened? Where'd everybody go? I'm going to tell you something. Have you ever heard of a managed hub? There's something interesting about a managed hub because it still acts like a hub. It doesn't have any MAC addresses that you can identify, but you can still see the traffic that's going through it. And then you can kind of catch on to who and what, and then you can turn around and you can stick a big dick in the ass of whoever it is that happens to be doing that kind of shit. So I got a job to do, trying to save a planet. And I'd appreciate it if you could back the fuck off, or maybe be of a help. What the hell is going on here? Are you fighting? Are you gonna fight? Hey, are you fighting? Are you fighting? Don't fight. Those are your friends. I know. And there was 4 of them. 4 horses sitting right in front of me, ready to go. Just got to train them up, turn them loose. If there's anything I could do, I'd train them how to ride a pale green horse. Remember, that's the winter horse, right? The last horse. And oh, but his name was Death, and whatever in Hades followed him, right? I don't know. What does that mean? There's a couple different ways I can look at that. If Death and Hades are following me in my wake, it means I've created it. That's the kind of servant I've been. I've left death and destruction in my wake. Not good. Not good at all. But if death and destruction and all that is behind me, how does that position me if Satan and all that crap is behind me? I guess I'm kind of ahead of the game then, right? Yeah, go like this. It'd be amazing if we could read this book to make it a blessing to read Revelation instead of, you know, uh, man's heart is evil beyond all understanding. And I want to say that's probably true. Because you don't kill other people to appease a god. If you happen to kill people to appease a god, then this is what you tell your god. You go like this. I'm not killing anybody for you, God. You're going to have to do it. Well, why won't you do that? Because man was made in the image of God. Wait a minute. Doesn't that sound like Genesis 9:6? If a man spills another man's blood, then by man his blood shall be shed. Yeah. That's because if man decides to spill another man's blood, it was by man that that blood was decidedly shed. Why? Because God wouldn't do that. Man was made in his image, and he doesn't destroy his own creation. Wow. I'm just a bitch today, ain't I? Hi. Hate when that happens. 3, 4. How many sessions you going to get going? You think 4 is enough? Maybe we should go for more. I could be pulling the plug at any moment. Don't mess around. You're going to find something that you're probably not liking. Open the package carefully. Tired of being fat. It's time to start eating meat. Mm. Couple kids with plastic bottles jammed into their tires to make noise, and they don't realize that they're polluting the environment with microplastics as they rub them off of their tires. It's okay, they don't know what they're doing. You know, you got to give them the Jesus mode, right? They're just kids trying to have fun.
This one here. There's different ways you can do it. The best way to do it, we do it, let's see, you put a balloon in there. I got balloons somewhere in the house. There's a road party. And I'm going to tear my house apart right now, just so I can show you the cool this is. Because all you do is you take a balloon, blow it up, you gotta blow it up. Not really big. And the rubber's not tough. Your spokes are going to sit there. You don't put them on this side of the chain. You put it over here. Actually, over here. And then the balloon sits in between the thing. And then you fly it. Like that. You can find a balloon. I'll do it. But that's one guy. I thought you guys were fighting. I'm like, don't be fighting this shit. It's stupid, man. You guys are my friends. How old are you? 7, 8, 10?
I'm 7.
You know what's going to happen? You guys have been old like me since it. You know what? I hope you still know each other. Hang out because you're going to meet each other. That's what friends are for. All right, sorry to freak out. I gotta find a balloon now.
That's okay.
No, I'm gonna. I got one. I know I do. I'm gonna find. I'll go buy them. I'll hook you up. Damn, I got some balloons downstairs too. Oh man. Those little men. 8 years old. I would give my life and my soul if I could guarantee that they would have a good life, not like mine. A good life. Then all mine would be worth something. Ha! And you know what's funny? The balloons, oh my God, I gotta go find these things. Because the balloons that I have actually have confetti in them. So when they pop, you'll blow your motor and they'll be littering the neighborhood with pieces of paper. But what the hell? Better than plastic. At least that's biodegradable. All right. down the balloons.
He's gonna go look for that balloon, isn't he? No, let's go look for Jackson.
Boy, these things are old. They have like confetti inside. They came that way. And there's actually a lot of confetti in these things. But I found two of them. They came in a pack of 6, and I found them. I knew I had them. But we'll see if the little monsters come back. I can show them how to make a motor for their bicycles. Ah, the good old days. Then as you start to get older, it's like, I don't want anything banging on the spokes and slowing me down. Are you crazy? These kids are probably actually like melting that bottle. I mean, it's got to be getting hot with that rubber running on it like that with them riding their bicycles. But oh man, would I do it all again? Sure, hell yeah, why not? Over and over. Hey, I got it.
You know what's funny? This week, so they're gonna pop, right? They're gonna blow it. But the last blow off, they're gonna put it in there. They blow, it'll be like almost like a video. Blow it.
There you go. I told you need new balloons. Those are really old. Oh, look, you blew your motor. Shit. That was great, man. For 5 seconds. Go fast, and they take off. They got their little balloon motors going. Go on that fast. Yeah, I know that balloon motors lasted longer when I was a kid. And we would do things like we'd grease up the spokes. I mean, oh, that was great, man. Damn, I wish I was 8 years old again. I gotta come back here somehow. Lord, I'll do it again. I'll try again. Send me next time. I'll do it. Oh, man. And then there's, when you think about it, like how much time they got ahead of them, right? Like, oh man, they're like, do you know what happens to a person between 8 and 13? That's 7 years. Hey, actually, is that the bar mitzvah thing? Because then you would be circumcised on the 8th day, but your bar mitzvah would be, because it would then translate to, hmm. Anyway, our God thinks with numbers and patterns, and our book proves it. It was funny because it worked exactly as I thought it would. The kid's like, and then all of a sudden, you heard it pop, and then there was like a little confetti blast, right? Like, uh, if I was, didn't care about the environment, and those were little shiny pieces of like mylar or something as it popped, it would have been pretty dramatic. I can do it again. Why am I laughing about it? See, now it's not funny anymore. No, but actually it was. The kid, because the kid was, and also went, and like all this confetti flew, and then he like immediately looked at me like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "I told you it wasn't gonna last." I just didn't know it was only gonna make it like, what was that, maybe 200 feet? But that was so cool, man. Oh man, I had so much fun. I've had a good life. I really have. There's been shit badass times, but it's like, you know what? I don't know. I guess I don't let those count or something, right? I just, I gotta keep going. I'll chuck you into the pile of, yeah, okay, whatever. The one kid, oh, he's got these eyes, man. He's got that, you can see it in his face. He's smart. And it's like, yeah, I'm putting that balloon thing on his bike, and I'm like kind of looking up, and I go, like, you like science, don't you? Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, to me, science is about paying attention to what you observe and then responding to it appropriately. That's what science is to me. Not torturing something to see what the hell happens, right? I look at it the other way around. Yeah. Poor kid. I feel bad, man. I hope the other kids isn't like lasting forever because that would suck. Because then he'd feel like I set him up or something. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to feel bad. I didn't mean anything bad, but I knew that shit wasn't gonna last very long. Oh, you know what happened? This is what happened to him. Okay, now granted he was a little boy, but what happened to him is how a lady feels when you fail. Took off. Everything's great. Woohoo! And then, you know, wah, 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 wah. And that's what happened. He was all, yeah, this is awesome. And then boom. And so it was like, hey. So he had the WTF moment, right? Oh man, it just doesn't matter, does it? Nobody wants something good to be given to them and then have the whole thing yanked away at the last second. You know, it's like, no. That's what happened to Jesus, you know? Absolutely. Yeah. There ain't no reason to ride on a cross. I can tell you what'll happen. We're going to get angrier and meaner if we don't head in the other direction. It's just going to get angrier, meaner, worse. Just, I mean, here comes that bird again. I don't know. Some of these birds, they like to walk on the sidewalk. And it's funny because they can't see me kind of sitting in the corner. My sidewalk curves around. They just come walking up the sidewalk, do, 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 and I can see them through the railing and they're kind of not paying attention. And then once they see me sitting here, they're like, whoa, and they like run. It's kind of funny. It's like, why do people have to wait to die for their life to flash before their eyes? It's like, why don't you do it in advance? Maybe you'll change something while you get a chance, right? Hmm. Have you ever seen the movie Sid and Nancy? Because I'm going to say something that's going to sound really funny right now. I want a pizza. Man, that was a bizarre movie. Like, they were all blown out of their minds, and in the movie, the whole, like, room is on fire and whatever, and he's, like, smoking a cigarette in the bed, just, like, sitting there with the whole everything. It's like, whew. It's like, man, you have just like transcended reality, ain't it? And then I think what happened was something happened. I think he got blamed for that, and they wanted to arrest him and whatever. But that might have been the end of the movie, if I think right, if I can remember right. I think that happened, and then they just kind of said, "Yeah, bad move, Sid." I smell Wendy. I don't know why. And that would be too easy. But we should check. Some people never change. You just hope that over time, maybe something pushed him in a different direction, right? I should propagate my front bushes and then line the entire property. And then I could be one of those people with the, oh man, you should see how I can do landscaping. Edward Scissorhands. That's my great, 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 great grandfather. Oh yeah. Circumcise you with a weed eater if I need to. Serious. Uh, I'm a manicurist from the word go. And then when I think about it, being 8 years old as a mohel for the Catholic Church, of course, Oh well. What do you do? Spit it out, right? It's weird. It's weird to be a Jew. It's like things aren't supposed to be as they are. That I know. Is it maybe we're doing something wrong here? Yeah. Where's Adam Sadler when you need him? I could use a good ass kicking right now. I'd rather be unconscious than think about the tragedy of the world and my involvement in it. Boy, Bob Barker had it lucky, didn't he? Uh... I'm just getting started, Bobby. And then didn't Bob Barker do like a freaking sweeping roundhouse and like clip his feet out from underneath him as he jammed him, drove his shit in? I should watch some funny movies. The hell with all this God stuff. Nobody wants to save themselves. What's the point of trying? We're just all gonna die, so what the hell? What? Oh, help! Nah. Our help is here already. Look in the mirror. Do something. Oh, these beers are nasty. I'm gonna feel like crap. I know it. This junk. Now, well, I guess I could always go on the treadmill. Yeah. Whew. Man, all I had to do is think about it, and I'm yawning. That was good for me. You having a smoke? Hmm. That is a very interesting reflection right there. Huh. Well, sometimes the sun does neat things, you know. I remember one time, uh, me and my wife were going for a walk, and the sun had set with a really, really red, make the whole sky red kind of thing. And I don't know what it was, but when my wife and I, we walk out of the house and we go walking down and we walk out onto the street. We're going to go take a walk. And I just like turned and looked at her and I was like, whoa. And it was just like, I don't know. It was like, you know, some people do what CGI or AI animation or whatever to try and fake all this weird stuff. Dude, this happened like right there. It was like, I don't know, like she was glowing. That's all I can say. It was like, whoa. And I think it was the combination of, because she has brown skin, and then with the red in there, I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was just like it was weird. It was like getting sucker punched for me or something. I was just like, kind of. I mean, it's okay to fall in love with your wife a few times. You should do it over and over. But like, I was just like looking around, like instead of enjoying looking at her, I probably would have died. I would have died and I would have died happy. I would have just been like, just take your breath away, right? Mm. And like, I just ate one, so I'm coughing. Um, it was like magic or something, and it was like in real life. So it wasn't like some kind of bullshit digitized somewhere or other, right? It was just like, wow. Miserable women. You know what it is? I think some women, they want you to prove yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I have to do. I have to prove myself. And so, you know, it's weird. When Jesus died, he's like, my God, why have you forsaken me? And then some people go, well, because he was quoting some psalm or something, right? And it's like, I don't feel that. I couldn't say that. I couldn't do it. Because his word says that he can't. So that can't be right to me. And I know now that, I know all the crap that I've been through. And I mean, God, I could only imagine how much more I could go through, but I wouldn't blame him. It's people that forsake themselves, you know. They forsake themselves because they can't deny themselves, you know. You have to think of yourself as a spirit. Sorry, but that's the bottom line. You have to think of yourself as being a spirit. Miserable bird. Hey! You almost feel like you could talk to some of these stupid birds. Well, they're actually, I'm saying that uh, facetiously, which is kind of like facetiously, except that you need waders, so you don't get it on you. But like some of these birds are really intelligent. You think you could talk to them. Like I saw something where a crow, in order to drink water out of a jar, knew to just, well, if I throw stones into the jar, it will displace the water and cause it to come up out of the jar, right? Very, very, I don't know. There's some things you can't deny. If you I think they say that crows are like one of the few birds that actually will use tools. In other words, they see the opportunity of using an inanimate object for a different purpose or a specific purpose or means. And it's really to think of their thought process in that way really is damn amazing, right? It's like, how many birds would go, oh, I can't get at it, right? And this one knows, and then it sits here and like goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to pick up like 8 rocks to keep dumping them in the thing, and it ain't gonna be able to drink until it gets them all in there, right? But yet it knows what to do, and it keeps doing it, which means it knows about the future, right? That's what people don't get. Oh, it uses tools, and it's like, no, dumb shit. This thing knows about fucking time. It can understand time. And if you can understand time, God bless us. I hope that some stupid ass along with me will realize that any time will do. If a bird can figure it out. How pathetic. Damn crow. But what did it say? That for Elijah, it said that the crows fed him, and that's an unclean bird, which is interesting. But that's what you need to do. You need to understand what evil is for. If you can't, then the world will depress you. Instead of you seeing opportunity, you'll see, oh, my God can't handle it. Where's my Messiah? Whatever else here is you're going to think of, right? And a Messiah figure isn't bad. It's not. You know, Jesus gave his life, and he was Son of God. Because the only thing that defines whose son you are is your works. Because the son always does what he sees his father doing. So your works say who your daddy is. Uh-oh. I'm about to run out of juice. Hey, that's kind of cool. I got 15% battery, and I have 1 hour and 50 minutes on the clock. And then when it springs over, I'll have 15125 because I got 2 people on and 5 likes. 125. You know what that is? That's a piece of the Spirit. Grace. 125, 125, 125, 125. Our book is Math, or Aftermath. If you happen to know any pastors, preachers, Bible teachers, mystics, psychics, women gone wild, bikers, sluggers, thuggers, sleepers, thinkers, tinkerers, engineers, mechanics, popes, any fucking buddy that you think might be able to comprehend the IQ of 178 and a goddamn book, then please give my phone number to them. 716-229-1343. Obviously we're all going to die, but we don't need to kill each other over a book. Shalom. Shalom.